What's this? A letter for me.
Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Through the Mail Thursdays. As you can tell from the theme video, this is a San Diego Padres based video. Being that the Padres kind of had a shortfall with their expectations for the 2021 season, I thought I'd put this together for some of the Padres fans out there and talk about some of the guys that maybe you may remember from the 1980s and late 70s, or you may not remember them at all, but the bottom line is I'm going to introduce you to them. So the first one is returned from Los Angeles, California, and it is from former Padres outfielder Jerry Turner on 1, 2, 3 on an 82 tops as a White Sox, and a 4th on an 80 tops. So let me tell you about Jerry Turner and his career in baseball. Jerry Turner's actual name is actually John Weber Turner. I'm not sure how Jerry comes out of John Weber Turner, but he's been going by Jerry Turner since his playing days. Well, Jerry was born in Arkansas, but relocated to Los Angeles, California, where he played his high school baseball at Venice High School. The San Diego Padres liked the left-handed hitting outfielder and selected him in the 10th round of the 1972 MLB draft. In 1972, Jerry was just 18 years old, playing for the Padres single-A affiliate, where he batted .377 and stole 18 bases in his first year in professional baseball. His second year in 1973, he was promoted to Double-A, and he appeared in just 75 games and batted a respectable .257 that season. Well, in 1974, I would assume that maybe his 73 season was cut short due to injury. He came back at full force at 20 years old at Double-A, and in 130 games for the Padres Double-A affiliate, he cracked 18 home runs, stole 18 bases, and batted .326 that year. Well, the Padres took notice and gave him a call up on September 2nd, 1974, at just 20 years old. He appeared in 17 games that season for the Padres before season's end. Well, in 1975, he was slated to go up to Triple-A, where he responded by batting .329 and hitting 11 home runs and driving in 91 RBIs. Again, this would garner a call-up to the major leagues, where he would get a chance to appear in 11 games to finish out the season, posting a .273 batting average. Well, in 1976, one of the outfield spots was basically his, and the Padres gave him a shot where he appeared in 105 games, and he responded batting .267, hitting 5 home runs and stealing 12 bases his rookie season. Well, in 1977, he again was one of the full-time outfielders, appearing in 118 games where he hit a career-high 10 home runs in the major leagues that season, posting a .246 batting average. In 1978, he would appear in 106 games, and in 1979, he would appear in 138 games for the Padres. 1980, he only appeared in 85 games, but he posted a .288 batting average in the limited time that he had. Well, entering the 1981 season, he wasn't really used other than a bench player when he only appeared in 33 games for the Padres through September. Well, in September, the Chicago White Sox purchased the contract of Jerry Turner from the San Diego Padres, where he would finish out the year with completing the season, appearing in just 10 games. The White Sox decided not to re-sign him, and instead he signed a contract with the Detroit Tigers for the 1982 season. With Detroit, he would appear in 85 games, primarily off the bench, being kind of a platoon-type player, but he did hit 8 home runs for the Tigers that year. Despite being a role player on the Tigers, the Tigers decided to release him from his contract after the end of the season, and Jerry resurfaced in 1983 with the team that originally signed him, the San Diego Padres. He appeared in just 25 games with the Padres that year, batting just .130, and also spent 29 games in Triple-A that year. So, in total, Jerry played 10 years in the major leagues, parts of 10 seasons in the major leagues, 9 of those seasons with the San Diego Padres. With the Padres, he appeared in 638 games for his career and batted a respectable .259 while playing a solid outfield. So after his career, Turner did do a little bit of coaching. He coached in independent league baseball out on the West Coast, out in California. And after that, don't really know what he did. So I'm very happy to get Mr. Turner back. Never gotten him before. So we'll move on to the next one. All right, this next one is also postmarked from California, San Diego, in fact. And this is actually one of Turner's teammates from the team. And that is first baseman Broderick Perkins on one. A second 1983 Topps. I actually have his 83 Topps traded single as well when he went to the Indians. And the biggest reason I wanted to send to Mr. Perkins was to start another triple player card. And I'm pretty sure Steve Murrah and Jim Beswick do sign through the mail. So I'm hoping that in the future you'll be seeing this card returned by those two gentlemen also signed on it. So let me tell you about Broderick Perkins and his time at the Padres and the Indians. Perkins, a California native, played his high school and college baseball in California. He was selected in the 15th round of the 1976 draft out of St. Mary's College of California. Standing at 5'10", Perkins was a left-handed hitting first baseman and also played a little bit of outfield, but primarily was used as a pinch hitter most of his career while with the Padres. Well, Perkins in 1976 was assigned to the single-A affiliate of the Padres, where he batted .355 his first year in professional baseball, hitting 10 home runs. His second year in Double-A responded in 116 games by batting .345 for their Double-A affiliate. While promotion in 1978 to Triple-A showed Perkins fine success at that level as well, batting .291. Well, the Padres decided to call him up midway through the season on July 7th in 1978, and Perkins had an opportunity to prove what he could do at the major leagues, and in 62 games, batted .240 and hit 2 home runs with the major league club. Well, in 1979, he split time between AAA and the majors for the Padres, and as a part-time player with the Padres, he batted .264 that year. 1980, he would again spend the majority of his time in AAA, appearing in 118 games for their AAA affiliate and batting .312 while in the process. Well, after that awesome showing in AAA in 1980, he got called up to the majors, and he responded, appearing in 43 games that year for the Padres and hitting an amazing .370 for the Padres in 1980. Well, going into the 1981 season, he would again be kind of a platoon-type player, coming off the bench, a pinch hitter, and he appeared in 92 games, batting .280 for the Padres that year. Well, in 1982, the Padres pretty much gave him the reins at first base. And he appeared in 125 games, which would mark the highest of his career, and responded hitting a respectable .271 that year for the Padres. So after the 82 season, the Padres decided to trade Perkins along with Juan Eckelberger to the Cleveland Indians for Eddie Whitson. So this is how Eddie Whitson came to the Padres, and he had a pretty successful career actually with the Padres. In 1983, Perkins' first year with Cleveland, he again was a platoon type pinch hit player, and he bit .272, appearing in 79 games for the Indians. Well, in 1984, he returned to the Indians for his 7th season, and unfortunately in just 58 games he batted .197. And after the conclusion of the 1984 season, the Cleveland Indians decided to release Perkins from his contract. Perkins did not sign professionally to play in Major League Baseball after the 84 season, and at just 29 years old, he was finished playing in the major leagues. I'm not sure what he did after he played in the majors, but I want to say that I'm very happy to add Mr. Perkins' autograph to the collection. Again, like I said, I hope I get this tri-card worked out in the near future, and stay tuned, you might see it again. Alright, so this final one is a return, and the envelope was so thick, I was so surprised that it even came back without postage due. But it is a return from former relief pitcher of the Padres, Ed Wojna, on 1, 2, 3, and a fourth minor league card that I happen to have. I just happened to be going through my minor league cards, and I saw the name Ed, and there he is acting like he's throwing down a bunt as a pitcher. So kind of a unique card, I must say. But it's a very dark card. It's like they took the picture when it was, close to evening when the sun was going down or something. I don't know. But anyways, in addition to him signing the cards, he sent me a testimonial pamphlet as well, which I've received testimonial pamphlets before from other players, so this is nothing new. But also in that envelope was a handwritten letter to me, front and back, signed below by Ed. I mean, this is just amazing, and I'm not going to read the whole letter because a lot of it talks about his relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ and God, and going through the pandemic and all of these things. So I'm not gonna this is a pretty long letter, so I could take a few minutes just reading that to you. But this is by far one of the coolest responses I've gotten in a long time, with somebody actually taking the time to write this much. I mean, that's longer than the letter I wrote him, requesting for his autograph. So that's what's really neat about this. So I actually technically got a fifth autograph out of this one. So let me tell you about Ed Wojna and his career in baseball. Ed Wojna was born in Connecticut and played his college baseball at Indian River State College in Fort Pierce, Florida. He was originally selected by the Baltimore Orioles in the 6th round. However, he was selected again in the 5th round in 1980 by the Philadelphia Phillies, which he chose to sign. Wojna started his career with the Phillies, and he spent 3 seasons in their minor league system before he was traded after the 1983 season to the San Diego Padres. After 3 seasons in the Phillies organization, the Padres assigned him in 1984 to their AAA affiliate. While in AAA, Wojna went 14-8, starting 28 games for the team that year. In 1985, he returned to AAA and started 18 games for the club, where he posted a 5-8 record. Well, in 1985, the San Diego Padres called him up to the majors in June of 85, and he posted a 2-4 record in 7 starts in 15 games to finish out the 85 season. Well, in 1986, he found the majority of his time back in AAA, and he posted a 12-7 record in 25 starts with a 3.59 ERA with the Padres. Well, in 86, they also called him up, and he posted a 2-2 win-loss record with a 3.23 ERA in 7 starts. Well, in 87, he found himself back in AAA for the majority of the season, but he did get a call up to the majors for 5 games the 87 season, where he posted an 0-3 record. Well, after the 1987 season, the Padres decided to trade him to the Chicago White Sox. Wojna would spend the entire year in AAA for the White Sox, starting 17 games and going 10-6 for their AAA affiliate without a call-up. After the 88 season concluded, going into 1989, the White Sox traded him to the Indians for infielder Eddie Williams. With Cleveland, he again would start the year in AAA, but he did get a call up to the majors with the Indians in 1989, where he appeared in 9 games, starting 3 for the Tribe, finishing out the year. Well, after the 89 season, the Indians did release him, and the following year, he signed with the newly world champion Oakland A's, who had won the year before the World Series, and despite posting a 10-5 record in AAA for the A's that year, he did not get a call up to Oakland that final season of his career. Well, after the 1990 season, Wojna did not play again in the major leagues. I'm not really sure what he did post-playing career, but he had some time in the major leagues. One interesting note, and I'm going to show a picture of it, and it's amazing that I didn't send it to him, but I think I stopped when I found that card right there. I was like, that's enough. I'm not going to send more than 4 to him. According to his Wikipedia page, his 1986 Topps is the most, because of a printing error, that there were 10 times the amount of Ed Wojnas produced in 1986 Topps than there were other cards. So let's just say hypothetically if there were 1 million cards made of each player that year in 1986, and again this is a hypothetical, my numbers may be off, that means that there were 10 million Ed Wojnas made, which is just, crazy. So obviously I have that 86 Topps in my collection somewhere. It's just like I said, after I found that minor league card, I chose to quit looking. But if I would have looked really probably hard in my 86 cards, I bet I would have had that 86 Topps. Because I definitely have a partial set, so I could have pulled it out of there if I really wanted to. So anyways, very, very nice of Mr. Wojna to, sign my cards. Awesome of him to write this 2-page note to me, signing that as well. Very, very cool of him to do that. I also want to thank you for taking the time to watch this. I want to thank Broderick Perkins, for also signing for me. And again, like I said, hopefully I'm going to get this back in the near future. Also very happy to get Jerry Turner to sign his cards as well. If you're a Padres fan, these are definitely guys that are not common names in Padres history, but they were decent players. So if you got some older 1980s or late 70s cards laying around, definitely look through them. Perkins and Turner are both in there. And if you have the junk ball era cards from 86 to basically 87 with Wojna, odds are you might have one, especially that 86 Topps. Thanks for watching another episode, and as always, happy collecting.